Welcome back. Just like I said in the last video, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. Welcome back to part 2 of the 1,000 subs Q&A. I take your questions from my community posts that you had in regards to the Q&A, and I'm answering them all here. Now, in the last video, of course, I did like a good half of the questions, and now I'm going to do the entire latter half of the questions. So we're going to go ahead and start from where we left off. Again, like I said last time, if I pronounce your name wrong, I deeply apologize. And we're going to go ahead and... Oh, I'm Hedge, by the way. Hi. I got Barney here. I got Barney back there. I got Baby Bop over there. And we're going to go ahead and get into these questions. Here we go. Drevian says, congratulations. I appreciate it. Who is your favorite Barney and Friends character? Bob West, Duncan Brandon, Tim Dever, or Dean Went? Are you excited for Barney? Favorite Barney and Friends character? Like I said in the last video, Min, 100%. I love Min a lot. Bob West, Duncan Brandon, Tim Dever, or Dean Went. I grew up with Bob West, so he's the voice I remember the most. But they all did an amazing job. Duncan Brandon and Tim Dever did great jobs in doing their own Barney voices. And then Dean Went is very unique. Dean Went is it's very much a different character, almost. But it's at the very least, it's a very... Whoa, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. What was I saying? Dean Went. Dean Went is very much a different take on Barney at the very least. So I can appreciate it for that. And again, it's very different, but it's very unique. And of course I didn't like it at first. A lot of people didn't like it at first, but when you look at it as a different take of the character, not the same exact character, again, I'm a lot more accepting of it, and it's very unique, and it's a very nice sound. Are you excited for the Barney 3-part documentary that will be coming out on Peacock? Absolutely. That's the only reason I'm getting the Peacock service. I'm sure that's going to be the case for a lot of people. It seems to be very faithful, and yeah, I don't really have too much to say about it. I'm very excited to see what's going to come out in terms of that documentary. Much love. Donzel, what's your opinion on a Barney crossover series? I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe in terms of like crossing over with other shows, like PBS shows, I suppose. I think that would be cool. That would be a nice way of bringing Barney back and like refreshing him. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe like Barney and Sesame Street, Barney and Dragon Tales would be kind of funny, actually. They would have to animate him, or maybe bring the Dragon Tales to like a costume type show. They make costumes for Dragon Tales and stuff. That would be interesting at the very least. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Much love. Moonwalking Kingdom. If you had to pick your least favorite Barney video, what would it be? Did I answer that in the last video? Least favorite Barney video. Maybe it would be something from like season 7 to 14, if not the Backyard Show. I don't even hate the Backyard Show. It was just sort of boring, I think. I will say I have the box set of season 1 episodes of Barney and Friends, and Barney's Home Sweet Homes. I remember I was watching it one time. I watched it for the first time. I popped it in my VCR, and I was so bored that I fell asleep. I think that one might be... It's not even bad. It's just sort of boring, and I feel like that's the worst thing you can be. Maybe like Home Sweet Homes. Maybe. It's not even bad. It's just sort of boring. So that's my stance on that. Thank you, much love. Juan Jose, what's your favorite Barney costume design? Season 3, Barney and Friends. Much love. April, what is your favorite Barney song? Friends Are Forever. I think I answered that one in the last part too. Yeah, Friends Are Forever is very, very nice. It's very soothing too. So yeah, much love. Super Psychic 101, favorite and least favorite Barney, Baby Bop, BJ, costumes, designs, and why. I answered that in part 1. Favorite, season 3, Barney and Friends. Baby Bop, season 3, Barney and Friends. BJ, season 2, Barney and Friends. Least favorite, all the Barney Bash costumes. Much love. Lardman, animation. What do you think of Riff? I answered, actually, there's a lot of repeat questions. Riff is alright. Much love. Thomas Cooper, what's your favorite Barney song and home video? I'm a huge Barney fan. Friends Are Forever and 3 Wishes. Yes, actually, favorite home video of all time? That's a hard one, actually. That would probably be in between Imagination Island and 3 Wishes. It's somewhere in between those two. 1 for nostalgia, and 2 just because the writing is really good. So again, it's one of those 2. I can't decide, actually, because there's such very different feels. I'm just gonna say Imagination Island right now in terms of that. But 3 Wishes is not that far behind. Much love. The Monster. I noticed that in your Mentor and Imagination video, you had an animation of Inugami Korone. Are you also a fan of Hololive? Otherwise, what else are you interested in other than Barney and graphic design? Yes, I am an animator. I made Hololive cartoons on my past channel, Little Devil Hideout, and those were a lot of fun. Those are what helped me to get back into animation. So yes, I was a fan of Hololive for a little bit when that was going around. That was mainly like the latter half of 2020. Latter half of 2021. No, latter half of 2020. I'm sorry, that must have been 2 years ago. Yes, like Korone, Miko. Uh, it's been so long. I'm trying to remember names. Pecora. Like I used to watch them all, and they were wonderful. Um, I'm a very big Sonic fan. I'm sure you all could tell, just by even by like the branding of my channel: Sonic the Hedgehog, Pokemon, Power Rangers, Kamen Rider. I speak Japanese. 仮面ライダーと、バーニーと、パワーレンジャー、その3つのホビーというトピックが、めっちゃ興味があります。だから、このような動画を作り上げるのは、めっちゃ好きです。はい、質問してくれて本当にありがとうございます。Much love. We'll see, Wilson, if you have video ideas for in the near future or farther off in the future, what video would you want to make the most? It could be a video highlighting a certain area of your collection, or it could be a Barney video review, or it could be something completely different. Videos that I would want to make. I've always wanted to do. I don't know. Just in general, I don't really have like an idea, but I would always wanted to like branch out and do other things with this channel, and incorporate Barney into that in some fashion. I've wanted to do animations like what I used to do with Little Devil Hideout, but with Barney. I feel like that would be pretty cool. And just in general, like more artwork in general, branching like little gaming stuff into the channel, maybe playing Barney, like old games that were made and finding old Barney memorabilia and talking about it on the channel. Stuff like that would be pretty cool. But yeah, in terms of reviews, like I'm pretty much set on that. It's just a matter of finding and collecting old tapes and going over it with you guys and my style. So I think that's always a lot of fun. But yeah, in terms of that, definitely I want to branch out and do more stuff. So yeah, much love. Matthew, if you ever got to meet one of the Barney cast and crew, one would be your number one to meet first. Well, I've talked to many people on the Barney production crew in terms of like messaging. Never voice, but I've definitely met a few people within that sphere. So talking to David Joyner was nice. Talking to Bob West was nice. Jess Nelson is wonderful. I don't really have like a number one person. I feel like I would want to meet one of the people that played like the kids in the show. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe talking to like Pia Hamilton, Hope Cervantes, like people like that would be pretty cool, I think. I don't really know if I have like a number one, but just anyone in general from the production of Barney would be super nice. Much love. Sora B, if you were to ever meet Barney, BJ, and Baby Bob, how would you feel? And if they could talk to you, what would you say to them? Do you mean like in costume, or if they were real? In costume, I feel like I would just be starstruck, even knowing that it's just like a person in the suit. Just being able to meet those characters in general would mean a lot to me. I've never actually been around like any of those characters in terms of like a meet and greet or anything like that. So I feel like I would just want to get like a picture and maybe a hug and that kind of thing. I'm very soft when it comes to that, so I feel like that would be really nice for me. I would love to meet Barney. That would be so nice. I don't know what I would say to them. I'd just be like, "Oh my god, you were my childhood," and then the guy inside the suit would just be like. But I think that would be really nice. Much love. Kyra, who introduced you to Barney and what was your first impression of him? I grew up, when I went to the daycare when I was younger. I mentioned the daycare a lot just because it was a very big part of my childhood. When I went to the daycare, I was introduced to Barney through VHS tapes. The lady had tapes and she didn't have the cases for them. So we didn't know what Barney looked like in those tapes. We didn't know what to expect. We just popped them in and that's what it was. It was usually videos from seasons 1 through 3 and then like the occasional Backyard Gang tape. But again, like I was introduced to Barney through that, and whenever we had our little lesson time, she would sing songs from Barney, and it would be things like Mr. Sun, or it would be like if all the raindrops are lemon drops and gumdrops, what a rain it would be, like stuff like that. She would always take songs from Barney and like the cleanup song, of course. So Barney was very big for me in that time, and I think I took to him immediately. I loved his colors. I loved drawing him, and he was just really friendly and nice. So he was very nice. Much love. Izard Master, will you compare the hit era to the Lions and Lyric era? Yes, I will at some point. No time really soon, but definitely that will happen at some point. Much love. Junior the Hedgehog Pizza King. I love your name, by the way. That's a very, I like your name a lot. If you could obtain any Barney merch, what would it be? There's some really nice things out there. I want to find the plush, the exact plush that was used in Barney's Great Adventure, the movie. There's a certain plush that they used in that movie that had to have been sold around in stores. And I want to find exactly what it is. This is the closest I have to that, and it looks very much like the one that was used in the movie, but it has Barney's name on the foot, which the one in the movie didn't have. I don't know if they edited that out or if that plush in general didn't have that, or maybe it was a prototype. I don't know, but I want that kind of plush because that movie is very important to me, as it is to a lot of people. And I think having a plush that replicates what Barney looked like at the end of the movie as a toy, I think it would be really cool. So definitely that, I think. Much love. King Boy Daniel 95. How long have you been loving Barney? All my life. Since I was like 4, I think. No, before that actually. I had to have been, yeah, like my whole life essentially. Barney's always been part of my life. Much love. Steph, where did you get the Barney plush from? Which one? I assume she means this one, the Backyard Gang doll. I get all of my Barney merch from different stores. Doesn't matter, whichever has them. eBay, Mercari are usually the ones that I look at the most. Facebook Marketplace sometimes. You got to be careful about that one though, because people will scam you on that. But my experiences on Facebook Marketplace have always been pretty chill. But yeah, eBay and Mercari I frequent a lot in terms of like Kamen Rider and Power Rangers and Barney too. So that's where I usually get my stuff from. My Barney was from Mercari, from what I can remember. Well, this one might have been from eBay. Oh, I don't remember. Mercari, I think, but yeah, just different stores. Much love. Dixie Chicken, what got you into your love for Barney? Again, when I went to the daycare, it was just a bunch of VHS tapes that we would have played every day, and I think just the concept of imagination, with me being an artist, was very much appealing to me, even as a kid, and I love all the songs and the colors and the bright lights and everything. It's very, very nice, and it was a heartwarming show. Like everything, it was all very heartwarming. So definitely that. Much love. Barney's song throwback. Now this was the first question that I saw when I asked for the Q&A, and I loved it because I loved how blatant and blunt it was. When did you want to be trans? So like I said in the last video, I am non-binary. There came a point where I didn't like my face. I was having some sort of dysphoria, and I wasn't sure what was going on. And I wanted to start wearing eyeliner. How is this going to look on my face? And I wore the eyeliner, and then I changed my look up a lot too. I started wearing chokers and like hoodies and stuff like that. And I noticed that I looked very, very feminine, especially with the situation that we're in right now. With like we have to wear masks and everything. And when I wear a mask and like the eyeliner and stuff, I look very feminine. And I liked it a lot. And people would ask me, like, when I would be working and I would be wearing all this stuff on, they'd be like, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I was like, "Ma'am." And it never bothered me. I was just sort of like, huh, okay. Like, I like looking androgynous. I think that's very, very nice for me because I can just be myself. And because of that, I realized that I wanted to be non-binary. And I am non-binary. But I still identify like he, they. You know, like if you call me he, it doesn't matter. Like it's fine. I don't care. If anything, I go by that more than anything else. But it just doesn't really matter to me. I'm who I am, and that's when I realized that like I can just be who I am because everyone is special. So there's that, and I'm very proud to be a non-binary person. When I wanted to be, that was 2 years ago. No, it was not 2 years ago. It was 3 years ago, maybe even 4 at this point. But yeah. There's that. Thank you for your question. Much love. Druid, besides Barney, are there any other PBS Kids programs that you are a fan of? Also, what kind of adventure would you put Barney and friends on if you were writing a home video? Other PBS Kids. Oh yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of PBS Kids shows that I was into as a kid and still have sort of a fascination with now. Like Dragon. Well, I never really watched Dragon Tales, but I've always had like a sort of a fascination with like the world and everything. And I used to listen to the songs a lot when I was a kid. So Dragon Tales, maybe. Between the Lions. There's oh wow, there's a lot. Arthur, of course. Like a lot of the classic ones. Sesame Street. PBS Kids was very big. I remember Sid the Science Kid. We used to watch that in school, and it looks very janky still today, but it's a very important show to me because we used to watch it a lot. What kind of adventure would you put Barney in? I don't really know. I'm not good at writing stories. I'm good. I can write scripts, but when it comes to like making an adventure that characters that are already pre-established have never been on before, I don't really know. Maybe like an overseas adventure or something like that. Barney and friends go to Japan. Let's do it. Much love. Jordan says, have you ever played Barney's hide and seek game on Sega Genesis? No, I have not. I have not actually played any Barney game that's come out on like a home console, which is probably like one, right? Isn't that the only one that's come out on a console? I do want to play some on the channel though, but I haven't played any of those yet. Much love. Supersonic Warrior 93. Do you think we'll ever get all of the old school Barney content on DVD and Blu-ray? No. And let me tell you exactly why I say that. There's a lot of different factors for why I don't believe we're ever going to get that. One, those videos are very old. That's mid 90s. There's no real way of making those episodes look good because of how old they are. They are filmed 4:3, which means that if you want to make them HD or remastered, you'd have to stretch them out, and they weren't filmed for that. So if you do that, it's going to look really bad. Mattel or whoever will own Barney along the line, I'm sure Mattel doesn't want to sell Barney just yet because I feel like they're going to do something with it, but Mattel has no real basis for how well that would sell. Because of course there's us, there's the collectors, right, and the people that are a part of this fandom. Of course we're going to like try and buy as much as we can in terms of reliving that old content. But you also have to understand that Barney originally was a 90s kids show aimed primarily for like preschool children. And with Barney being gone as long as he has, they don't really have a basis for how well something like that would sell, especially considering with how much Barney has changed over the years, going all the way back to what it used to be and then selling that on Blu-ray. I don't know how well that would do in terms of sales. And so like if they put out these box sets and then we're the only ones that buy, that's not enough to really continue that. There's a lot of production costs in terms of that. And we're a fandom. We're a big fandom, kind of, but we're still pretty niche. It's not like this big like Pokemon themed. It's not a Pokemon scale fandom. It's like a very small subsection group somewhere off in the distance. You know, we're not. I don't think we're as large of a community to be able to create a demand for that and have them go and unlock the Barney vault and put everything on DVD and stuff like that. As unfortunate as it is, I don't think that's ever going to happen, which is a shame because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff out there that has yet to see like a good proper release, and we'll probably just never see it. You know, it's a shame, but I hope that I'm wrong. But as I see it now, it's unfortunate that I don't believe that that's going to happen. So I guess that's why we have people that are going out and buying like VHS recordings of old Barney and Friends episodes that haven't been put out on home video yet, and that's what we live with for right now. But yeah, much love. HL, if you had the power to remake Barney in the Backyard game into a show or movie, what would the plot be? I feel like it would just have to be trying to work in all three, like A Day at the Beach, the Backyard show, and Three Wishes into one. I feel like you'd have to make a movie on that and try to sort of tie it together, and I'm sure someone could do that, but something where of those first three videos just put together into a movie I think would be really nice. Much love. Retro Miller 1997, will you be reviewing Barney's Campfire Sing-Along? And 2, in your opinion, do you think a Barney reboot would happen? Yes. And yes. I don't really have too much to those two questions, but yes to both of them. I believe Mattel would want to keep Barney going, and I feel like they might be doing something. Who knows? But I feel like that would be something that would be happening. Much love. Wilson, would you want someday to color correct the footage of Barney from the first 3 Backyard Gang videos to more accurately match his purple color, similar to the 1992 cover for Three Wishes? No. Much love. Reese, hi, why didn't they swap out the mouth mechanics on the costume with a remote controlled motor or something? The costume evolved so much through the years except for the mouth mechanism. Now, that's interesting because they did do that, but not for Barney. They did that for BJ and they did that for Baby Bob. I don't remember what season it was. Someone can correct me in the comments, but I think it was something like season 8 or 9, something like that. And you can see, if you look up those episodes, they're on YouTube. You can see that BJ and Baby Bob have a mechanic that it's remote controlled. So anytime one of the voice actors speaks, their mouth will automatically flap, and they don't have to bob their head like they normally do with the costumes. Now, they did that for a little bit, but then they reverted back to the bobblehead mouth spring action because it caused too many problems. It apparently the mouth would flap even when the voice actor wasn't speaking. They could be making like a sudden noise like that, and then the mouth would move. And there was apparently just so much in terms of like troubleshooting and getting that to work. They just went back and reverted, and I think that's part of the reason why they never did it with Barney. Barney is too big of a character to be able to go through stuff like that, and I'm glad. It's honestly a good thing that they didn't do that, because it would have been a bit of a hassle, but it's a very interesting thing. But yeah, I think that's why they never really did it. Much love. Well, Minikev, do you personally think that we'll ever get all the old school Barney content on DVD or Blu-ray? No. Much love. Miles Miller, did you ever watch Kids for Character? I saw a good amount of Kids for Character. I saw at least the Barney and Friends skit. I saw the Gullah Gullah Island stuff. And there was another one, The Puzzle Place. I saw that. I haven't really seen anything else, but I used to sing that song a lot then, like, Kids for Character, here we stand on unify, da, 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 together while we can, come on and take a chance for character, on and on across the land, hand in hand, the future is ours, be a kid for character. I used to sing that song all along. I used to sing that song all the time, bro. That was my favorite song. But I would love to go back and rewatch that again. Much love. Miles Miller again. How are you going to review Waiting for Santa, Barney's Campfire Sing Along, Barney Goes to School, Barney Concert, Rock with Barney? Oh my God. No punctuation. Yes to all of those. Much love. EJ Puppets. Can you review any of the live Barney shows? Absolutely. I will do that at some point. I actually have something planned in terms of that. I've been writing scripts and stuff, so that will definitely be happening at some point this year. Much love. Diana, if you had the chance, what would your Barney theatrical movie be about? Would you change the costume? What would the setting be? Like I said before, I'm not that good when it comes to like on the spot thinking of like a movie plot or anything. In terms of costume, the unfortunate thing is that the patterns for the Barney costume don't really exist anymore, which is crazy to think about. It's been like 30 years, and they like got rid of all of those patterns and stuff. It's wild to me. I would have loved to have like the season 3 iteration of the costume or something that looked close to that. I wouldn't want to change anything beyond that. Of course, if Barney had like a reboot for like a Netflix sort of thing, they would have changed the costume. Like, that's just an inevitable thing that's gonna happen. I wouldn't want that, but that's something that probably would happen. Setting, I don't know what the setting would be. Probably just something very familiar, like a home or a park or something that's very boring. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a Barney movie. It's hard to say what to think. I don't really know, but that's a very interesting question. That's something I'm going to think about more tonight, actually, because that's a very interesting thing to me. Thank you for your question. Much love. Lana, what's going on, girl? Well, I keep hearing about a possible Barney reboot, which I don't really want one, but if it does happen, what would you have in mind for it? How can the creator do a reboot that does Barney justice? That harkens back to the past question that we had. A reboot that does Barney justice, you would have to have someone very integral from the Barney production crew, a part of this crew, in order to make that happen. That's the only way you'd be able to do that. As much as any random person can say, oh, I'm a Barney fan, and then they just write the movie, you can't really trust that. I feel like you would have to have someone from the team that has been there from the beginning in order to really make something that does the character justice. Cheryl Leach, Kathy Parker, Dennis DeShazer, Stephen White, like somebody, in order to make that happen. Otherwise, you're going to end up with some horrible Netflix series that loses all of its heart and its personality. And Barney deserves more than that. And whatever happens from 2022 onward in terms of Barney. I hope that it realizes that and grows from that. Much love. Heather, what's your thoughts about the Barney documentary coming out this year? I'm very excited. I think it's going to be very exciting. It looks like it, I mean, we don't know anything about it. We've never seen anything from it just yet, but I think, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty faithful. And I think it's going to be something interesting and keeps Barney's integrity intact. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to. So, and also just we haven't had something like this for Barney in years and years and years and years and years and years. So I feel like this could start a resurgence, and hopefully, if it's good, can bring Barney back up and get something started again. So I'm very excited for it. Much love. Andrew, what would you want in a new Barney movie? I think a cinematic story with the Backyard Gang and Barney's Great Adventure Gang together a bit, or much older, would be cool. The stories were flawed but magical. Oh, I would want to see a Barney movie where instead of a kid, it's an adult that grew up with Barney and they're trying to like move on, but they realize that like friends are forever. That would be pretty cool, actually. I feel like that would be really nice. You can make a story streamlined like that. You don't have to have it like you have to know about who Barney is. They can very easily like factor that in and make a way around it, but like I feel like that would be really good. That's something that I don't think would ever happen. It would probably have to be like a fan-made thing, but I feel like that would be pretty cool. Yeah, much love. Christine, do you think Barney and Friends will ever come back? I do. I feel like Barney and Friends would come back. Barney as a franchise, I mean, it's been gone for years. It's been gone for like, what, 13, 14 years? But it's too big of a franchise and a cult character within like American history that I don't think it would ever just cease to exist. I feel like they're gonna do something with it. Who knows? I mean, look at us now. Look at us now. It's already starting some sort of a resurgence. I feel like something's gonna happen. What? I don't know, but I feel like something's gonna happen. Much love. It's actually the last comment. Wow, we did it. This video might actually be longer than the first part. Thank you guys so much for asking your questions. That was a lot of fun. There was some things that I hadn't even really thought about in there. Thank you guys for watching this one, and as I said in the beginning of this video, and the beginning of the last video, and the end of the last video, thank you guys Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. There we go. Again, it means a lot, and I am looking forward to continuing to grow this channel with you guys. So that'll be really fun. I don't know what video is going to come out after this or what even came out before this, but I hope you guys enjoy that one, I guess. Make sure to subscribe and join the Patreon. It's in the link in the description, and you can join there. And again, I appreciate you riding along with me and Barney, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you!